Hey everyone, long time no see. I think the last time I was live was Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday morning. And it's 5 days later, 1.5 weeks since my foot injury in Canada. But I'm here, I'm alive, and that's what matters. And all of you are around also. What's up everyone? Hope you enjoy that little screensaver with music. You got everyone from Eric Mendoza here, Nigel, Jerry Holtz, Mark D, Chad Crum, I Rivas, Valerie, Ollie Pinetree, Nina Himes, Cosmic Queen, Johnny Strides here. What's up, Johnny? Johnny is a big help in Toronto. Brenda Jackson, Rosalind Brown. I'm here. I'm not out. A little foot injury is not gonna take me out. Anyway, here is my space boots. Aircast is called. New technology. When I was growing up, out. I gotta be careful not to hit this on the table. This thing is heavy. I remember when I was growing up, they didn't have these things. It was just a plaster cast, and you had to wear it around for like a month or 2 months, and you can't take it off. But this air cast, it's really nice. Uh, my soulless weight says we're really concerned about your foot injury. I mean, I am too. I'm definitely taking a lot of rest and making sure not to put any weight on it because it's non-weight bearing. If I put any weight on it, there's a risk that I might break the bone again or slow the healing process. So I definitely do not want to injure it again. That's for sure. Now, I guess I'll tell you a little bit about my routine with this boot now. Um, as many of you know, I fell on an e-scooter in Canada a week and a half ago on August 16th. Now my left foot is fractured. I have to wear the aircast boot and get around with crutches, which, not gonna lie, has been very difficult to get used to, especially because now I'm in New York City and I needed to adjust to a new environment. Um, Doing a lot of basic tasks is challenging. Something as simple as opening a door will be very easy on 2 feet, but with crutches, you gotta like hold it under your arm and use one hand to open the door, and just like turning also, you gotta do things a lot more like smoothly and smart. Otherwise, you might fall again. I had a scare like where I fell backwards on my crutches too. And I would say the most dangerous part of getting around with these definitely are staircases, um, and using the restroom. Simple tasks like brushing your teeth, using the toilet, and the shower is definitely very hard. There's a very high fall risk in all those categories. So when I'm going up and down stairs, I gotta be really careful and using the shower especially. Nigel asking if I have grab rails in the bathroom. No, I actually don't. I have a bathtub, but there's no guardrails in there. But what I did was I bought a shower chair. Let me show you the shower chair that I bought. There's a lot of medical equipment I'm going to show you, by the way, on this live stream that has made life a lot easier. Okay. Yeah, this was the shower chair that I used. And what happened here? Oh, there we go. Yep. This is the shower chair that I bought, and it's been a game changer for me being able to take a shower easily. When I was in Toronto, um, I was able to shower there at the Airbnb because they had a grab bar, and I had to do some modifications like hold on and stick my leg out the door when I had a plaster cast. But here I can't do that because I don't have a grab bar, so I have to sit down in the shower and then I could like soak myself and clean myself. But yeah, it's hard to adjust, definitely. Nigel said need some grab rails. I mean, they would definitely help, but this shower chair has been pretty good so far. It's very sturdy. I like the rubberized bottoms here. It's pretty much like a solid, secure chair. Nothing's moving there, and it has drainage holes too, so it doesn't get wet. And then when I'm finished showering, I have a towel nearby, and I just dry myself on the shower chair. And this shower chair too, I was even thinking about it. Like, it doesn't even have to be for somebody who's disabled like me, where I can't walk with my left foot. You can have it for someone who's at a high fall risk, like elderly or people who's like going through surgery, maybe. Rick C said you had a similar accident. A knee scooter is a safe way to get around and protect your foot. I used one for 8 weeks. Actually, about that, mobility devices. Oh man, these things are so annoying to get around. I don't like crutches. I've developed a lot of sores in my body and pains just from using these, going up and down stairs and doing daily chores. Um, I would only recommend crutches for in the home and if you're like getting into a car and traveling short distances, like going into a doctor's office and you need short mobility, but to go around the neighborhood like these and walk around for like an hour, it's almost impossible because you're gonna get tired really quickly. But I did order a knee scooter as well as a wheelchair. Um, I think I'm gonna start with the wheelchair first to see how that handles. Let me see if I could find the wheelchair I ordered. I think it was a travel wheelchair or transport chair. I think it was like something like this one, maybe. Or maybe it's like this one. Yeah, I forget the exact wheelchair I bought, but I definitely didn't want to get like one of these because these wheels are so cumbersome and it's hard to like go inside narrow spaces like in New York City. Um, yeah, Jerry's just walking around in New York with crutches. You can imagine that. You can call that a marathon. I mean, the thing is with crutches also, like, it's different because you really see, you really feel when you're on different surfaces. Like if you're on tile or carpet, it's a lot easier. But when you're outside and the crutches are touching the cement and the concrete, you really, really feel it, like in your sides and under your armpits too. And the way you're supposed to use crutches is that you're not supposed to put it right under your armpit because there's a nerve here that you might put pressure on, and that'll be very uncomfortable. You're supposed to put the crutches like in the fatty part here between your armpit and the rib cage. So I did get one of these wheelchairs. It'll definitely help for me to get around. The only downside is that I'll need someone to push me. This one, it's going to be very hard to move myself places. And I also ordered a knee scooter. I think I got one with a basket, probably like this one over here. This thing, I looked at it and I was looking at reviews. It's really practical. I mean, just looking at the design, it's very simple. You just put your injured foot with the on the padding there, and then you just push yourself with your good foot wherever you need to go. I can even like go into like Manhattan with this, and there's a place for me to like store stuff in the front, and I can even record videos like this. I just get a mount and put it on the handlebars, and I could just record videos that way too. Brown Eye Girl says, "Why isn't a physical therapist recommending this to you?" Um, Actually, it wasn't the physical therapist, or I don't even have one right now that recommend this to me. It was the doctor in Toronto. I asked him if a knee scooter would be a good idea, and he said, "Yeah, you can get one, and also the wheelchair too." I mean, wheelchair, there's like no risk of you falling really, unless the person pushing you like decides to do some naughty things. But yeah, this knee scooter might be a game changer for me to like go out on my own and do stuff. The cons with the knee scooter that I see is that I don't really know how comfortable it is. My injured foot, or my good foot rather, may get tired from like being on that pad for so long or for kicking it for a while. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. And once you get tired, it's like where are you gonna go? Your knees like stuck on that knee scooter, and you're gonna have to like find a chair somewhere to like rest yourself. And another obvious con of this knee scooter, if there's any kind of stairs or uneven surfaces, good luck with that. You're gonna have to get some help there. Someone to like carry you up, or and then bring the knee scooter like up the staircase, because there's no way you're gonna be able to handle stairs with this. You definitely need to find elevators and ramps. Iris says motorized scooter, like the one I just fell off of in Toronto, electric scooter. I'm still amazed like I was able to get back that day in the rain with a broken foot. I mean, I guess like I can still use an electric scooter, but the problem is like I would need to set it to like zero start where you don't have to kick the ground to start the scooter and like leave leave my foot like hanging in the air so it doesn't put any weight on it, and just like really carefully use an electric scooter like that. There's also motorized wheelchairs that I looked at also, but I didn't really think it would be practical for my purposes because one, it's pricey, much more pricey than a normal wheelchair, and two, it has a battery which has a limited range. What if I want to like go further, and if something goes wrong, like you're gonna be stuck, I guess, unless someone helps you out. And another thing too, like I don't really think I'm gonna be injured for that long anyway. It's already been a week and a half, and the sooner you know it, I'm gonna be walking again. So an electric wheelchair, I think, is just gonna be a waste. Daniel saying adrenaline got you through, pain comes a while. Yeah, I guess the adrenaline did help me there a lot. As far as like my condition is concerned, I want to talk about this now. Um, I guess you can't really see it with the light there, but these bruises are healing up pretty nicely, and this is pretty much gone. Um, my foot actually feels great right now. Like since I haven't been putting any weight on it, like I haven't been feeling any pain at all. But the problem is now, um, the healing process and the recovery process isn't smooth because I got to use these. I'm getting a lot of aches and pains in places that I didn't think I was going to experience. Like here, I'm getting some pains, like over here, and what really bothers me the most is pain over here, my left calf. Like it's actually really tight and painful. I try to like massage it um every now and then, but the tightness won't go away. And I don't really see a way to like stretch this calf muscle at all without putting weight on this foot. I know it's temporary, but it's still very annoying. Like it's um it's hard to deal with. I actually have to take Advil to get my pain off of this, and I put some like massage cream and some oils to try to like soothe the tight muscle here. I'm not really sure um, what's causing this left calf muscle to like tense up like this and get so tight, and I'm not even using it. And my theory is that that's the problem. I haven't been using this calf muscle because on a daily basis, if I'm healthy, I'll be walking and be exercising this calf. But because I've been hopping around for like the past week and a half, this muscle's getting very weak, and it's kind of like, I don't know, getting a shock, I guess, or my body's getting a shock from that muscle not being used. Or maybe it's because like I have an injury here and the blood's like the inflammation is like spreading through the bloodstream and getting stuck here or something. But it's really annoying. Um Especially when I like use the restroom to like brush my teeth or something and I need to like hold my left leg in the air and it's like cramping up and getting tense. It's like, oh, I'm like trying to brush my teeth and then trying to um, keep my mind off the pain. It's uh, it's very tough. Jerry says the blood circulation is probably temporarily blocked in certain ways. Just my opinion. I mean, I'm trying. Just because I'm with a foot injury doesn't mean that you have to like, or you should stay in bed the whole day, or like not move around because your body's meant to be used and to go places. So at least I'm moving around my upper body. My right foot is definitely getting a lot of work supporting my whole body's weight. And I'm trying to keep my left leg and left foot healthy as well. I Oh, I was just about to talk with that. Lizzo C says you sent me exercise videos on how to with a boot cast. Yeah, that was very helpful. I actually want to showcase that. Let me exercise. And I've been using some of these
Before I was
techniques.
injured, I was extremely active. I like to push my body out of its comfort.
Okay, I'm gonna show this now. This video has been very helpful for me to exercise my left leg and left foot to keep it active, so something that happens in my left calf won't happen to the rest of my leg and I can recover faster.
Now, I am my own inspiration for this video. Yes, I do in fact have a broken foot right
This
now.
guy's a
A couple of
physical
weeks ago, I was
therapist.
playing basketball and I landed
You know what?
awkwardly on
I'm
the
gonna
outside of
lower
my foot.
this.
By the time I got home, I took my shoe off and my foot looked like this.
This guy's a physical
Disgustingly numb.
therapist, injured
The
his
next
foot,
day, I ended up going
and
in
he
for an
has some great
x-ray and it
tips.
confirmed that I did in fact break my foot. I broke my fifth metatarsal bone, basically the long
So
bone
I'm gonna skip it.
a quadriceps set. What we're going to do is just set this quad muscle. We're just going to work on contracting this quad muscle right here on the top of the leg. What we're going to do is with our leg out,
I actually
we're going to fire
felt
this quad
some
muscle right
tightness
on the
here
top of our
before I
leg. So
started
as I
doing these
contract
exercises,
that, what I'm
and this has been very
envisioning is
helpful.
push my knee down into the ground. I'm going to hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then I'm going to relax. This quad muscle is so vital in the health of your lower leg, in walking, in stairs, in climbing, in a lot of things we want to. We're going to hit that quad set, so we're going to set that quad.
And then there's another exercise, the straight leg raise.
Slow, 1, 2, 3, and then down, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to repeat that. 1, 2, 3.
Actually, the exercise that helped me the most out of this was the long leg arc quads.
What we're going to do is start with your leg bent in a 90-degree.
Oh no, not this one. This one, the donkey kick. This has been really helpful for me. Actually, when I start doing this exercise, my left calf muscle gets less tense. So I think it might exercise the calf a little bit. I might try doing these some more.
Up towards the ceiling. So it looks like that. So start with 3 sets of 10, work up into 3 sets of 20, and even 3 sets of 30 as you're doing these donkey kicks. And then one more exercise.
Cannabis says the boot is cool. I mean, it's actually really, really good because I would hate to be in a plaster cast. I mean, I was for 2-3 days when I was waiting for the fracture clinic. The time between the emergency room and the fracture clinic in Canada, I was wearing a plaster cast, and that was so cumbersome to do my daily activities with that, and you couldn't take it off, you couldn't get it wet. This boot, you could actually take it off. Actually, it's secured with Velcro. You just take the Velcro off, you take the liner off, and the plastic cover here, and you can put your foot in the shower or even sleep without it, which I've actually been doing now. I don't know if it's totally recommended to sleep without the aircast on, but your foot's gonna heal whether or not you have it in the aircast or not. All the aircast does, it protects the foot and immobilizes it. So if you hit your foot against something, it's not gonna break anything more. Nigel says yes, and exercise, which I mentioned 20 minutes ago. Yeah, I now know the importance of exercising because otherwise, if you don't do it, everything's gonna get stiff and locked up, just like my back calf muscle. I hope when I'm going through these next weeks of recovery, this left calf muscle doesn't like totally give up and like I have to start over from scratch to like make it a strong muscle again because that's one of the strongest muscles on my body, and for it to be not used and causing me tons of pain is really uncomfortable. Nigel says don't be getting geriatric equipment. You don't need it. Well, my main equipment that I want to get that I have ordered, it's actually coming any moment now, is the knee scooter and the wheelchair because at least with those I can go outside. These crutches, I'm really only limited to my home here. Otherwise, I like go out and crutch my way around. I mean, I tried to go out in crutches when I was in Toronto. I made that video, my first day outside with crutches, and that tired me out so much. I was like, wow, there's no way I can even go like a block and a half with crutches on because it's almost impossible to like find a place to like rest if you get tired. I guess I could talk about what's happened ever since the last time I streamed on here and how I got back to New York. So, on my last live stream update, I said that my dad was going to fly in and he was going to drive me back the next day. Well, that's exactly what happened. So, I don't know what would have happened if I didn't have my dad there, but he was a big help. He arrived in Toronto only a few hours after I ended that live stream and helped me pack up my bags and all my equipment and everything. And yeah, we got some we got some sleep and left Toronto at 3:30 in the morning because we were like, yeah, we're getting our rest now, and there's no way we're gonna have to deal with Toronto traffic, so we'll leave at 3:30 in the morning, and we got on the 401 to the QEW to the Niagara Falls border and drove straight to New York City. And I actually didn't record much of the drive back because I knew there was going to be a lot of like stops and helping me out. And I didn't really want the video to be disrupted like that when I'm trying to worry about making a video when I'm injured and dealing with crutches. What was the hardest part for me to deal with wasn't exactly like the drive itself because the drive was pretty simple, but it was dealing with the human needs, eating, resting, and using the restroom. And I knew that was going to be an issue with crutches. So what we did was we didn't take the same route that I took driving up to Toronto. Well, I drove up to Toronto, going through Interstate 80, 380, 81 through Pennsylvania. Instead, we took a slightly longer route, which is like 40 or 50 miles more, almost entirely through the New York State Thruway on Interstate 90 through Rochester, Syracuse, all the way to Albany, and then Interstate 87 down to the Bronx and New York City and over the Tappan Zee Bridge. Oh wait, I did record a little bit of something from that drive. I did driving over the Tappan Zee Bridge, which is just a short segment. Oh, thank you, Jessica Marvels, $1.99, saying that's what you get for talking about native. Thank you so much, Jessica. Appreciate it. But I'm glad we went the way we did through the New York State Thruway, even though it was a longer route and almost actually it was entirely within New York State. We only traveled through New York State. It was also more expensive too because it's a toll road, but they had service areas like every, I would say like 30, 40 miles compared to the route that I took, which had limited service areas, and some of those service areas you had to like drive out of the way for, which um, could be an issue, and you have to like go to the restroom with crutches like me. But I'm very glad that like we went that way because dealing with the service areas was actually very good. There were a lot of handicap stalls which had safety bars, and I was able to grab onto them to use the restroom as well. So very good that we went that way. And we got back to New York City at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So all in all, it took about like 11 or 12 hours to get back out of a maybe like 9.5 hour drive. Yeah, Nigel, that's really important. Using the bathroom is so dangerous when you're on one foot because the surfaces are really slippery in the shower as well. So I'm really taking my time when I use the restroom as well as going up and down staircases. That's very tough for me. It uses a lot of energy. I kind of showed it too when I was going up and down the staircases in my Airbnb. Ryan says 11 and a half hours. Yeah, it was a long drive, but we needed to get back. We could have like stopped somewhere if we needed to overnight, but in my condition, like I need to get back. And thankfully, like I have family here in New York that could take care of me because um doing everything on your own with being on crutches is going to be really hard, especially doing basic things like feeding yourself too. You you really can't go shopping with for groceries with crutches. You may be able to like, I don't know, ask someone to bring you food, but to go shopping for groceries and like cooking with crutches, it's a little bit too much. Sandra NYNJ said, "You saw my video yesterday with your dad and his exercise routine. He looks great. Glad your dad came and got you back to the States. You'll heal quickly." Yeah, I'm very grateful to have a dad like him, that he's so helpful and healthy that he's able to come up to Toronto basically with like no notice. I'm glad he was available then and drive me back. His amazing father. Mary says, look into a product called Scrubs Rinse Free Bath Sponges. Huh. I'll have to look into that for sure. Actually, it's not even only my family members that have been helping me out a lot, but all of you as well. Because without you, this channel wouldn't exist. All your words of encouragement, prayers, super chats, everything. It makes a difference. Um, because I read all the comments, and I know I'm gonna heal faster because of it. It's not just dealing with my physical pain and not being able to walk, but mentally as well. Just this past weekend in New York City, we had great weather. I would have loved to like go out and make videos, do a live stream walking around, but I couldn't. Well, I couldn't until I get my mobility devices, which should be arriving today. And I guess I'll see how that is. Maybe I'll get some friends or family members to push me around in a wheelchair and I can make videos that way. I think it'll be great, actually. And my friend Sifat from the NYC Walking Show has been like super helpful for me too because I actually was going to go to the Anime NYC convention at the Jacob Javits Center, but because of my injury, I couldn't. He actually went out there and recorded two whole videos for this channel so that I could put it up and share it with you all. So I'm like forever thankful to him for that, for going out there and showing Anime NYC to me and to all of you as well. He didn't really have to do that. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'll try to get well soon. Rosalind says, just think come Christmas you'll be healed. Oh, that's way far in the future. Like I'll be healed before that, I think. I think by like beginning of October, that's like the 6 week mark where the hard callus of the bone starts to be formed. So I may be able to start walking then. Now, let me do some calculation here. I got injured on August 16th, and it takes a full, like, maybe a week for the inflammation stage of bone recovery to finish. So that'll put us down to the 23rd, or maybe even now, like, all my inflammation is over and the soft callus starts to form. That's why, like, my foot here, I don't really feel that much pain anymore. I think all the inflammation cleared itself out, and now like my body's ready to start healing itself over there. And let's see. So 3 weeks will be September 6th. The 6 week mark is September 27th. So optimistically, maybe I'll be healed in like the 3rd week of September or maybe the beginning of October. And I should be able to walk again. Doctor's orders pending, of course. Which I do have a follow-up appointment. I made a follow-up appointment to see a doctor in the next week. Wednesday is when I go see the doctor, which should be a good time for them to determine if like my bone is healing the right way and if they need to do anything extra. I hope not. I mean, the doctor in Toronto didn't really seem too concerned about, me needing surgery or anything. You just need to put the boot on and it'll heal by itself. Angel P says you'll be recovering shortly, be walking around the streets of New York City in no time. I think I'll be making videos and walking around before that if I have the knee scooter, which is actually going to be coming today, as well as the wheelchair. I might try the knee scooter, and if I'm like too tired using it, then the wheelchair may be better. I think the wheelchair actually will be better for longer distances. MN with $1.99. Glad you're back in New York and it happened near New York. I know. Could you imagine if it happened when I was like overseas or like in California or something where I can't Well, I guess I could. I was saying I can't ask my dad to hey drive me back from California, or at least in Toronto we were able to do it pretty much overnight and over the morning into New York. It wasn't a short drive, but it was very doable in one day. Nicole Tanner says Sifat, that's what friends are for. I know, and it's the reason why this video was possible because he recorded it. Yeah, UniJ23 won't be long until I'm up and about making videos again, whether it's with a wheelchair or knee scooter. Hey, I'm making a video right now doing a live stream from home. You know what I've also been doing too with this foot injury? Um, I was reading online that actually Epsom salts and Epsom salt soap actually helps a lot. And I use an Epsom soap when I sprain my ankle or I have aches and pains down there, and no doubt that it helps with bone fractures as well. Oh, we're getting some buffering. Wonder what's going on here. Is this working? All right, good. The only problem is I can't really show websites anymore. But OBS on my desktop for some reason was dropping frames and buffering. Alright, looks good now. Perfect. Yeah, I can make the background what I want because I have a green screen behind me. I can even like zoom it in a little bit so you don't see the part of the green screen that, yeah, there we go. Much better. Jerry says I look like a CEO now. Barrett says you hear the computer fan now. It's actually the air conditioner. When I had the desktop settings, I had it on noise cancellation, so you couldn't hear that white noise. But it's hot here in New York. What do you expect? Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about before I had to switch over to my phone. But anyway, yeah, everyone's been such a great help. My family, my friends, all of you who helped me out with words of encouragement and super chats and everything. I know I'm going to be healing very quickly. Oh, I know I was talking about before, it was Epsom salt. Yeah, I don't know how much you heard, but I've been doing an Epsom salt soak, which I know is good for like sprained ankles and tired muscles. And it helped a lot when I did that Epsom salt soak. The swelling on my foot really went down. And that's what you want, so that the body can start working again. Hector says you can't stand the smell of Epsom salt. Yeah, it has a little bit of an odor to it, but at least it helps you out. All you have to do is soak your feet for a little bit. Lizzo says Tiger Balm. Yeah, I would think Tiger Balm is very useful too. I did try like Tiger Balm on the back of my calf here. I think it helped a little bit, but for the most part, like icy hot or massage cream worked a little bit better than Tiger Balm. It's been really helpful for me also is drinking a lot of water, because believe it or not, bone and having like a big injury like this to your body, it's very stressful for your body. So by drinking a lot of water, it gets your body moving, your blood moving, and all the nutrients and everything that your body needs. It's important to like eat and drink healthy while you're injured too. I've been drinking a lot of stuff like beef stew and like healthy vegetables, fruits, just to nourish my body so it gets everything it needs. Susan says for pain, arnica oil mixed with mineral oil. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Dutchma says you have a massager for your calf muscle. I mean, I've been trying to do it like with my hands, just here and there, but I may have to deal with it until my foot completely heals and I can start putting weight on it and start exercising my calf muscle. Oh, GGNYC says bone broth. Yeah, anything with bone I would think would be very helpful. Bone broth, or like chicken bones, or like eating meat around the bones that helps the body heal, because they'll get all the nutrients from the bone broth that it needs to create new bone. Lizzo's saying to order a massage gun off of Amazon. That might be a good idea. I'll have to look into it for sure. Hector says, do you not think now would be a good time to show disabled New Yorkers what it's like to get around using mass transit? I mean, it's definitely an idea. When I do get the wheelchair, I may like have the person pushing me. Maybe we'll go on the subway and we'll show how difficult it is. Like, oh, this subway station doesn't have an elevator. We can't use it. We gotta go to a different one. Or maybe this elevator's in the station, but the elevators aren't working. They're out of service. Or something like that. Or it doesn't even have to be the subway. Like, just curbs too. Because some of these curbs, they're not level with the ground, or they're too high, so you can't exactly roll like onto the next curb. But I'll definitely have to look into a massage gun too. The creams that I've been putting on is definitely helping a lot. But that's really my main concern out of all this injury is this calf muscle here. I don't want it to get damaged or like so sore that like it gets disused and locked up, and I don't want to lose that muscle. The exercises that I showed you earlier when I was on the computer, the donkey kick, that actually helps a lot with this calf muscle. So I may try to do that some more. I can definitely ask the doctor about it, who I scheduled an appointment for, like how I could prevent this calf from like freezing up and deteriorating further. Hey, my brother's here, Chasing Chinster, saying some impact exercise when you're fully recovered is very good for bone density. For example, cyclists are known for brittle bones, some running or weightlifting and strengthen them. Yeah, for sure. Desi Des says you'll have PT for several weeks after you remove the moon boot. Oh man. I mean, I really think what's gonna be feeling it is this calf muscle, because I already feel it now, and maybe the foot itself, because I haven't been using it and bending it. I'm kind of afraid to, like, especially because the type of injury that I got was the Liz Frank injury, which is the midfoot and where all the ligaments are. I don't want to bend the foot and risk injuring it more. And says PT is what you need to get back to whole. Yeah, it'll definitely help for sure, and as well as doing the exercise that I saw on YouTube from that PT, just doing it on the ground and exercising the quads and the tri-quads over here on the top. You can't really do the bottom because that's all the injured part. But I'll try to keep whatever I can exercising healthy and prevent it from deteriorating further. Jeanette says increase your protein intake to so you don't lose muscle mass. That might be a good idea to have more protein, because I didn't really think about these things when I started doing this nutrition, and now my calf is acting up, and I'm like, wow, yeah, muscles are a big part of it, because now it's not just the foot that needs healing, but your muscles are not being used. Lizzo says baby steps, you'll have to start slowly doing circular motions, pointing the toes, stretching. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually kind of afraid of moving that foot too much, especially up and down, because I know the Liz Frank got damaged. But when I do see the doctor next week, I'll ask him about it, if what I can do about like my range of motion with the foot and taking off the boot and everything. It also help a lot too, because like to get a second opinion on how the injury is healing or not. I want to hear good news that my foot is doing better, right? Hector says more potassium too, so you avoid calf cramps. Yeah, bananas have a lot of potassium, fruits and vegetables. So, Cannabis asked if I was prescribed painkillers. No, I wasn't, but the doctor said if I wanted to, I could take Advil or ibuprofen. That's the medical name for it. And then it says doctor will clear you to start PT, and the PT will clear you for more regular routines. Yeah, I have to do what I have to do to get better. Whether it's moving around certain muscles at a certain time or not, I'm gonna have to see. But in the meantime, I can still make content from home or on a wheelchair or the knee scooter. Calliops Band says you guess Liz Frank is uncommon, 1 in 55,000 people annually. Yeah, that's what they told me. It's not a common injury, but at least the way that I damaged it doesn't require surgery, and it seems to be a pretty simple healing process. I just hope I have a full recovery. A full recovery is more important than a speedy recovery. Anyway, folks, I think I'm gonna wrap up this home stream. A little bit bummed out I couldn't do it all on the computer, and I had internet connection issues, but at least I was able to resume it on the phone. I want to thank everyone for your support, all your words of encouragement, your super chats, and just watching this channel, because it does really mean a lot. I know you all worry about me, and I gotta really take care of myself so I don't hurt myself again, because who wants to be wearing this and be hopping on one foot for 6 weeks? No one does. At least it's a foot injury and not something more serious. Like I said before, could have been worse. Could have broke my wrists, my collarbone, my ribs, but it was just my foot, and I can still get around with it. It should heal, and I should be back in action. But in the meantime, I'm learning as I go. These crutches aren't as cumbersome as they used to. I've gotten used to getting around with them, especially with staircases, and now I'll be getting a wheelchair and a knee scooter. Maybe you'll see me making videos with them, or some special guests pushing me around, so that'll be cool. Anyway, folks, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. Bye.